Well, here comes the sun on this Tuesday morning as we look live over downtown Macon. It's a relatively cool start with temperatures in the 60s here across central Georgia. 66 in Macon, 67 in Warner Robins, 63 in Dublin, 64 in Wrightsville, and 68 this morning in Hancock County and Sparta. Now, the radar picture is quiet, expecting it to remain quiet through the day ahead with some cloud cover beginning to build into central Georgia. Now, this cloud cover that you see back into Alabama, that's actually what's going to keep our temperatures not quite as hot through the afternoon hours. And there's the low pressure system with the front back out into Kansas and Colorado. That's beginning to get its act together, and that's going to slide towards central Georgia by the time we get to Thursday. So back on Future View, we're going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies through the noon hour and really through a majority of the afternoon. That's going to keep temperatures in the low 90s for us before we cool off into the 60s again tonight. Then for tomorrow afternoon, that's going to say 98. I don't think we make it to 98. I think we could get into the mid 90s, but I don't think we're going to be pushing upper 90s tomorrow as this model has done all summer. It's running about 2 to 3, maybe even 4 degrees hotter than we're actually going to get. The script begins to change on Thursday in the form of some isolated showers, maybe a couple storms through the afternoon hours. That is that front that you just saw in Kansas and Colorado working its way into central Georgia. Now, the trick is the front's going to work its way all the way through our area, but it's going to stall out just down to our south and begin to creep back north, and that's going to keep a rain chance around really through much of the week and into the weekend. Now, here we go with Future View at 5 p.m. today, looking at dew points in the 60s, so not as humid as it could be, something similar for tomorrow. We'll see a surge of moisture ahead of this front and maybe a dew point close to 70 by Thursday night, but there's the dry air up towards the north with dew points in the 50s, Birmingham and Atlanta, and that will slide into central Georgia. A check of the tropics this morning. Hello, 100% chance of development over the next 7 days. I expect this storm to develop, and you look at the general trend of it in the region of development, it takes it just to the north of the Lesser Antilles. As of now, I'm not all that concerned about it, but it's early or too early to write it off. So we'll be keeping an eye on it over the week ahead, but I would say sleep soundly at night. I wouldn't worry about anything just yet. The next name on the list is going to be Lee. Yes, we burned through Jose and Katia with 2 fish storms out in the Atlantic. As for the daylight hours, yeah, that continues to drop as well. Today, 12 hours and 42 minutes of daylight. Of course, we've got the autumnal equinox coming up at the end of the month. By the time we get to September 30th, we're going to be below 12 hours of daylight. By the time we get to Halloween, how about that? 10 hours and 53 minutes of daylight. So losing daylight quickly here in central Georgia. Hour by hour today, we're going to be gaining degrees quickly. 82 by 11, 85 by the noon hour, 87 by about 1 p.m. Our high temperature today right around 91, 95 tomorrow, 93 for Thursday and Friday. A 20% chance of rain both days. That is as the front comes through and then makes a U-turn and comes back north. We're going to keep a 20% chance of rain around through next week.